Jai Hind everyone. I am Swapnil Surana and I take economics at the PSU Meerut. Today we are going to study about the chapter Globalization, which is chapter number 4 from the NCERT of Economics class 10. Now before starting the chapter, let's have a look at the word globalization. As the word suggests from itself, that globalization is unity, diversity, and somehow equalizing all together in one globe. Now, seeing it from the point of view of economics, socially or culturally, we can see that from the ancient times, there has been good collaboration with the people from all over the world. So it's not a new thing. But then what is new about it? That is to be thought of. There have been some recent policy changes from last 2 to 3 decades that have changed some of the emerging economies as well as the developed economies, and both now collaborate and try to work together. Now, as you can see, the first point, most regions of the world are getting increasingly interconnected. While this interconnectedness across countries has many dimensions, cultural, political, social and economic. So it is not only about economics, but also when we are globalizing, the culture gets exchanged, people get to know about each other's lifestyle, people get to know about each other's culture, diversity in that, and also some of the food habits and the lifestyle, so on. Second point, integration of production and integration of market is a key idea behind understanding the process of globalization and its impact. Now, very important thing is, when you are globalizing from the economic point of view, we have to also exchange the production processes. We have to also exchange the units, the ideas, the technologies behind that. Third point, the latest models of the digital cameras, mobile phones and televisions are made by the leading manufacturers of the world and are within our reach. Now, how did this become within our reach? Before 50 years, in our country, we did not see much models of the car. At most, we could see was some Ambassador or Fiat. But now we have n number of cars, n number of sellers, and n number of options in that. So, whom should we thank to? Definitely nothing else but globalization. Now, before going ahead, we should first understand some of the terminologies which are related to globalization. And corporation or a multinational corporation does not mean the same. To be called a multinational corporation, what is desired is company must own or control production in more than one nation. Yes, this is the one most important assumption, requirement to be called as an MNC, as we cannot call any company an MNC who might be having great revenues, great income, but is only dealing within the country or is just importing and exporting its products all over the world. To be called an MNC, what is the foremost important thing is you need to expand your branches. You need to expand your branches regarding your production, regarding your manufacturing. It could be your marketing, but some scale, some point of exchange, some point of production has to be diversified from the beginning till the end. So, if you diversify that, not only in your nation, in other nations, then that is what is you are being called an MNC. MNCs set up offices and factories for production in regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources. Now, this is very important to understand that MNCs is not the one that is only dealing into any country like that. So, whenever they are exchanging countries, it is for the reason that they are getting something in return. And in return means some kind of cost saving or maybe greater profits. So, that is only available when there are resourceful countries or countries which have cheap labor. Now, this cheap labor is well understood from the word. These are the countries which are highly populated and have large number of people, educated as well as uneducated. That means we require both kind of labor, skilled as well as unskilled, to do the work. And the work which is cheaper than the developed countries, of course. Now, how do these MNCs spread? So a large MNC producing industrial equipment designs its products in research centers in United States. Now this is an example that whatever research work is to be done, that is being taking place at United States and then has components manufactured in China. Now as we all know, China is one of the emerging and the most big economy in terms of manufacturing. So here they are taking that the components of the products are being assembled and manufactured at China. Now when it comes to Mexico, what can Mexico and Eastern Europe do? Mexico and Eastern Europe both have the advantage that they are close to the developed world, the most developed world that we call United States and the Western Europe. So as they are close to the market, they are being used for finishing the product, for assembling the product, and moreover when we talk about customer care, then we consider India. Because we have cheap labor here, we have English speaking youth, large number of youth who can just provide their skills, English speaking skills to these companies. And this is not it. India is also famous for its good high skilled engineers, and they are much cheaper than the other resources of other nations, and that is why many of the companies take Indian engineers as well as Chinese engineers, because they are good at their skills and can provide good work to these MNCs at cheaper rates. Now whenever there is a trade, there has to be an advantage with it. Similarly, when these MNCs elaborate, they also look for some advantages. Now what happens when they expand? As I have already told you, there are two most important. First, the reduction of cost, and second, increase of the profit. Around 50 to 60% of the cost saving is being observed, and then that is why they try and expand in the developing world or the emerging countries for the cost saving. Second, MNCs can earn greater profits. Definitely when the cost is reduced by the two major factors of production, that is labor, land, then of course it is much cheaper for the MNCs to buy land here and to have greater profits definitely. Like we can see in our nearby, as we reside in Delhi, now Delhi NCR region, Gurugram is also a hub of MNCs. 25 years back, Gurugram was just nothing, just a village, a common village, but gradually it got converted into a MNC's hub, and that's what we call it today, cyber hub. The advantages that the people got there were, of course, cheaper people, cheaper labor, both skilled and unskilled, coming from the NCR region as well as North India, and of course, cheaper land from the village. Now it is very important to understand the terms like investment, foreign investment, and how and what is the advantage to the local companies that are collaborating with the MNCs. Now investment is nothing but just buying of land, machinery, building, etc. But when we call it a foreign investment, all these investment is to be made by a foreign player. And if that is so, we call it a foreign investment. Now let's have a look at the benefits to the local companies. So whenever these MNCs come in, they collaborate with the local companies. How they collaborate, we'll take it next. First see what do they get, what is the advantage to them, why will they collaborate with the MNCs. So we call it twofold advantage. There is a double advantage to the local companies. First, they are giving them new machineries, the latest faster production, so definitely they are also inclined toward these MNCs and collaboration with them. Secondly, they have the chances of latest technology for production. There is no doubt in this that we are doing well in terms of technology, but we cannot deny the fact that when we compare our economy with the Western world, they are far, far ahead in terms of technology. So that is the advantage to the local companies which are dealing in India and other emerging economies with the MNCs of the other world. Now, how do these MNCs actually expand? How do they expand their business? How do they collaborate with the local companies? So there are two ways in which they do